Hey guys, it's me Dave. It's 4/14/2023. So I didn't shave. I was gonna shave and I forgot. But anyway, not much going on. I'm still getting it every day. With directed energy weapons, pulse microwave weapons, same weapons they use on diplomats. I'm still getting it. They're kind of hitting my organs, hitting my heart. To be honest, I almost feel like I'm going to have a heart attack, to be honest with you. I almost feel like they're going to give me another heart attack. My heart is kind of strained, and stuff, and it kind of feels like that. But, so that's what's going on with me. That's not what I want to talk about. Really what I want to talk about is that, can these weapons cause cancer? Can these weapons cause cancer? Directed energy weapons, pulse microwave weapons, as they say in the media. Can they cause cancer? I totally believe they can cause cancer. I think they could give us cancers in our body. Dr. Hall talked about giving people leukemia with these weapons as part of a study to see if they could do that. They when I was getting hit super hard, they hit my Doberman, and they tortured that poor girl. And they gave her voice of skull. You guys. They were talking to her, telling her not to come to me and everything else. And it was miserable watching that. But they hit her in her paw. They hit her paw so bad. It was all swelled up like this. And I was in the psych ward at the time, and I had a little money put away, and I told my relative, I said, take all my money, take her to the vet, and and see what's wrong with her. They did this, you guys, with these weapons. My relative took her to the vet. It turned out to be cancer. She had to have one of her fingers removed with surgery, and stuff. I was still locked up at the time, you guys. So I'm like, how is she doing? How is she feeling? How is she doing with, how is she doing with all this stuff? And I'm sitting here locked up, At that time, I was locked up in their custody for 4.5 months. I was in their custody for 4.5 months, going through this and being tortured 14 hours a day. In the psych ward, out of the psych ward, when they sent me to a treatment center, they committed me, sent me to a treatment center, and all this stuff. And, why would they send me to a treatment center? When I think about it, it doesn't make any sense. They were trying to punish me, obviously, but they sent me to a treatment center. Now, this treatment center deals with alcoholics and drug addicts and stuff like that. Why did they send me there? I don't know. And the thing is that they do own the courts, just like Brian 2 says. Now, they held the court right at the hospital. The judge came there. The lawyers were there. Which one of the lawyers, I dated her sister at one time. And she was bawling her eyeballs out, and all this stuff. And so they have all these people there. But the first judge was fake. He wasn't a real judge. He was supposed to be Judge Munger. And I served jury duty with Judge Munger. And this wasn't Judge Munger. He was an actor. They had a court reporter there with big boobs and very attractive. That's what happened the first time. And my lawyer was there. And I was supposed to have the best lawyer. Oh, he was the best. Oh, he's the best around. You know, they paid him $350 an hour. He's the best lawyer around to fight this. I told him, I said, I want to fight this. I want to fight this commitment. And my lawyer's like, no matter what you're gonna do, you're gonna lose. It doesn't matter what you do, you're gonna lose. So that he was filling in for my lawyer. So then the next court date at the hospital, I'm locked up for 5 weeks, you guys. So then they came back with my regular lawyer. I told him, I said, I want to fight this, and all this stuff. And he's like, well, blah, blah, blah. And then he's like, this goes on your record. I'm like, on my record? What? It goes on my record? How does it go on my record? And then he's like, well, we could do a civil commitment where it won't go on your record. It won't go on your record. So they wanted to send me to a treatment center for 3 months where I didn't belong. It was full of perps, all perped out. All perps. They were interchanging the perps every couple weeks and all this stuff. None of them stayed there. I had the whole place to myself. It was an old mansion, you guys. An old mansion. I had the place all to myself at nighttime. Nobody was there. The perps went home at night. And they'd show up in the morning and stuff. None of them had a car. None of them had a job. None of them have a pot to piss in. They were a bunch of losers with, they were doing this for money. And they get a few bucks and they'd buy pop and cigarettes and coffee and, and that's what these people do. Like, kind of like if they were in jail or something, And some of them were in jail, And they got the opportunity to get out of jail and do this and perp me. And they kind of get out a free jail card. They really do that, you guys. I've heard other people talk about that. They really do that. Like, they get them out of jail and give them a free ride, But then they're stupid. They end up back in jail, But so it was miserable, and they were hitting my pets. My relative would bring Lexi, my Doberman, to come see me and stuff, and they would hit my Doberman right in front of me and stuff, and I mean, it was just miserable. I had no control over anything, but I kind of did have control because I could have thrown myself back in the psych ward. They were hitting me so hard one time in that place. I was in my room and they were hitting me so hard one time that I thought I was going to call 911 because they were hitting me so bad. And I could have thrown myself back in the psych ward and got out of there, and stuff. But, it's, it didn't happen. But, I got tortured 14 hours a day for 3 months. They let me go before the 3 months was up. They were like, that's enough. This is enough craziness. He can go home. And I did. I went home a few days earlier and stuff, and that was it. So I was locked up on my birthday. I was locked up, for the whole summer. I got out in August. And then 3 months later, in August, my SSI went through. My SSI went through. I was able to. They gave me $13,000, you guys. SSI. They gave me $13,000. I was able to get my truck going. I was getting checks. Like, here's another check. Here's another check. And here's a big check for $10,000. And stuff like that. I got some good cash there, and was able to get back on my feet, get my car running, and everything else, and buy some groceries, and I got back on my feet and everything else, So that was a good thing, but and they kind of laid off me the rest of the summer, but then, time went by and they started hitting me again a little bit. A year later, they gave me a heart attack for writing Marco Rubio. A year after that, they killed my Doberman. My Doberman was 13, but she was healthy. she needed a little help walking around and stuff like that. But what they did was on the weekend they made she was being hit. I mean, she was giving me this look like, Dad, they're hitting me and they won't stop. She was giving me this look like, Dad, help me, and I couldn't help her. And they were hitting her in a way, not a painful way, but maybe making her organs shut down or something. And I had to put her down. I mean, she couldn't walk. I had to carry her out to the car, and I put her down after 13 years. In the last 3 years of her life, she was being tortured horribly, these evil bastards. So that's that. But can they cause cancer? I think they can cause cancer. I think they could cause cancer over your body if they wanted to. With these weapons, I really do. I really think that, like I said, they gave Lexi cancer in her paw. They were hitting her paw. It was swelled up like that, and it turned out to be cancer, and she had to have her finger removed, and stuff. And I was locked up at the time. I was locked up. My relative paid for the surgery. I was locked up. I was in their custody for 4.5 months. I was in the psych ward for 5 weeks, and then they sent me to another place for a week, and then they sent me to a treatment center for 3 months, and I got out in August. Talk about punishment and harassment and perping and being tortured. I went through it, you guys. I've been through it so much that I really have been through this, and they're still not done. They still think I need more torture, and they're trying to ruin my health right now. They're ruining my teeth, my esophagus, heartburn, hitting my heart. They're not supposed to hit my heart, guys. They've been told not to hit my heart, but they're hitting my heart now, and they're giving me cramps. And making me run to the bathroom. They're still hitting me a lot, and stuff. So I'm going through it every day, you guys. Going back to Brian too. Will this ever stop? I know it might get worse and all this stuff, but John Hall has connections to the CIA, and the people he knows, they're against this. They don't agree with this. There's people in the CIA, in the FBI, in the NSA that don't agree with this, in the DOD that don't agree with this. There is a little bit of hope. I wish this group would come back and start hitting people. I hate to say that because they're innocent people, and they're really messing them up for good. I wish they'd come after our perps next. I really do. I wish they'd go after our perps next. Put them in their place. Our perps going to be next. Either way, The way I look at it is, they can do whatever they want to me. I think the perps are going to be next either way. They switch guys more than switch my socks, you guys. I think they're next. I really do. I've seen some things in my program before where some of these people are paying. They're paying for torturing me. Really, honestly. So it's not, these people aren't treated like rock stars. Maybe in the beginning they're treated like rock stars. Here's booze, here's prostitutes, here's drugs. It's all free for now, but that stops after a while, especially if they don't follow protocol. So these guys are not walking away from this either way. It doesn't matter what they do to me. They're not walking away. They're never getting out, you guys. They're never getting out of this. We got to remember that. These people are never walking away from this. And we got to remember that, and stuff. So, I don't know what's going to happen in the future, but we got to stay a little positive, and people think it's a genocide and all this stuff, but we can't think like that. We can't talk like that, and stuff. Anyway, I'm going to cut this off, you guys. So you guys have a good night. Have a good weekend. And I'll talk to you guys later.